Welcome to Snowmobile Sessions Live on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms. We're the #1 destination to learn about snowmobiling, network with other sledders, and have an awesome time doing it. We'll meet other snowmobilers that share your passion and show your fan photos along the way. Snowmobile Sessions Live. Enjoy the ride.
It's a journey for life and I'm your ride. Hang on.
This episode of Snowmobile Sessions Live is brought to you by StuffLikeThis.ca. Get your custom printed COVID masks there. Get them now before you die. Also, if you want to rent this space, you can. Just contact sponsorships at MUDBRATS.com and we'll get you your company right here. I'm not kidding. We'll get you right here. Hey, thanks for putting on those marshmallow hats, Bobby and Rich.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, no problem.
Really
Committed to the cause.
Yeah. I don't know where you got the cool swag, though, the custom printed coveralls, but I want some for working in the garage. Right. So, hey, we're here today with Glenn Welch from Biteharder. Welcome aboard, Glenn.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, you're one of the first that we actually launched the screen with. That was kind of a mistake on my part. I'm supposed to kick you out and do this big fanfare and build you up and then bring you in like it's a big surprise. Kind of messed that up. Sorry about that.
I can hide under the desk and pop back up if you want.
Yeah. So just give me we're going to do fan photos to kick the show off like we always do, but just give our fans a little elevator speech on what you're doing and what we might learn today.
We're going to tell you a little bit about Biteharder and where we started, how we started, the products that we currently manufacture and sell online. We're all about safety. Everything that we develop, come up with, is a safety product. It also increases performance. With performance does come a high level of safety. And we're going to walk you through a lot of those products, what they do, how they do it. We launched our first product back in 2013 as a little side business, and it's taken off from there. Right on. Well, I can't wait to get into it because I've used your products before and I absolutely love them, and that's why you're here. Absolutely. But without any further ado, we got quite a few fan photos to cover off today, so we'll get right into that, and away we go. All right.
Oh, nice.
Fan photos.
Nice.
Check it out.
Yeah, we're gonna start this out with Kim's new trailer. Isn't that nice? This is Rev Rider's new trailer, guys.
Yes, it is.
What do you think?
Nice.
Tell me about it.
Finally picked her up. A little bit of a shock as we pulled up. It was supposed to be charcoal and blue, and as you can see, the back's not blue. So that was a little bit of a surprise. But once my dad and I looked at it, we thought it looked kind of good with the black back. It's got like a big matte black Blizzard decal on the side, so it all ties in nice. And everything else about the trailer was perfect. It's extra long. It's got a 22-foot bed and a 5-foot nose. It's a 4-place inline trailer. And got all the track mats and the ski guides and tie downs and all that. So it should be an awesome season with that thing.
Oh, it's sweet
That's
looking,
cool.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's nice, Bobby.
Tony Cat says she's thick.
Yes. It's a big trailer. I thought our last one was big. This takes it to the next level.
I thought you had sent me an inside shot of this thing too.
I did, yeah.
Hold on.
That's nice having the axle spread like that too, Bobby. It'll handle amazing, man.
Yeah, a little better weight distribution. I got to get a different hitch. It's a little heavy on the front wheel, but we'll get it all balanced.
Very
nice. Oh, yeah, that's sweet.
All sorts of room.
That's nice. Yeah. Oh, crepe. Yeah, there's room for my sleds in there.
Yeah, it's
It's
nice.
probably a lot lighter than the older one, eh, Bobby?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you can just tell by the way it tows, like in looking at it. The other one had really solid walls, so as it got older, you could see them like shaking and everything.
Yeah.
So nice not to have it doing that, but it's nice to have the extra length just for even like tying the sleds down. Like you don't have to crawl over them to try to tie them down. There's like enough space in between that just makes it easy.
Oh man, that's nice looking.
Thanks,
It
guys.
is nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I love
cool.
the color too. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's
it worked
really
out
nice.
good. Matches the
Yeah.
truck pretty good. And
Yeah.
a little something with the charcoal in the front, so that's cool.
That looks great, man.
I do remember in the video though your dad talking about the blue, so he must have been heartbroken.
He was
when it
really
came out.
excited about the blue, and then we pulled up and it
know.
was black.
What happened there? Just a production guy in the back messed up, I guess. Put the black
Yeah,
skin on.
so when he called to get it extended 2 feet, she wrote out a new build sheet, and she goes black and charcoal, and he goes, no, blue and charcoal. And she goes, oh, okay, I'll fix it. Then she sent him a build sheet, and it still said black, so he called her again and goes, it's supposed to be blue. And she didn't end up changing it, so yeah. It's okay, though.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yep. That looks great, man.
Really nice. You got to love the new trailer smell too.
Oh, it's
Right?
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
much better than the old one.
Yeah. After you get into like my trailer, it smells like corn, rotten corn, and everything,
Yeah, right.
dirt and mud. Yeah, and I went to pressure wash it out, but you just don't get to it, and then the snow comes, and it's in the list of many things to do.
Yeah.
You guys know who Slowby is?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's an American YouTuber. He
Yep.
says, what's going on, fellas? He says he's finally able to submit photos. I hope you enjoy it. He'll do his best to tell an accurate story. The only sleds he's missing here is his 2004 500 SS. That was a great sled. It was his first brand new sled. I did not have it long because I got myself into a situation where I needed to reverse, and the sled did not have reverse. Yeah, I remember those days. So instead of buying the unit, I just had to upgrade. I built a love-hate relationship with my 2004 600 HOS DI Renegade. This is my first favorite. This was one of my favorite sleds, but it also caused me a lot of problems. I tried to keep it when I bought the 09, but it was too stressful. The 04 was a blue and yellow model, and he swapped out the yellow panels for blue, and he put the Bumblebee on it. I absolutely love this look. This sled was one of those sleds that the rings went bad. I just had a poor dealer, and the problem never really got fixed, eventually ruining the pistons. That ruins a relationship too, man. If you don't have a dealer that takes care of you,
Yeah. Nice color
He says
blue.
then, yeah, it is. I like the decals. I like that XPS one. Then the main bolts, the suspension pulled through the tunnel. He moved on to the 09 600 E-Tech, all black. I immediately added the blue and the XPS graphics. He loved the look. Never really fell in love with the sled, though. I never got the suspension right. It was a lot of work to steer, and eventually the stator went bad, which cost me a fortune to fix because the dealer said he had no clue what was going on. Story of my life. I learned to upgrade the suspension and put reinforcements on the tunnel. One picture is trail side, just getting that sweet pick. The other picture, which has a wrong date in the corner, somewhere near Copenhagen in a field playing in snowdrifts. So this is the one picture. Oh. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, that's a nice color. That's wicked.
It is.
Mhm.
Yeah, he put the blue on it.
That's wild.
There he is, just sending her.
2006.
Yeah. No, but it's actually, that's an 09. That's
Okay.
and that's the thing. The stators were known to be bad in a few of those early ones. He says now he generally doesn't do stuff like this. The conditions have to be right. He went through a lot with that sled, so it should be a surprise I jumped ship. That was my 2012 Arctic Cat F1100, and this thing's really sexy. Look at that. I love it.
That was a sled before his due. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. He truly does love that sled. He bought it for the color and the engine. Love not having to put oil in the sled every morning. Love the way his sled handled. I always thought it was a cross between my 04 and 09. Yes, it had a butt warmer. Loved it. Skidoo came out with the Manta Green, and then that was over with. The 2020 850 XRS Renegade, that's what he's got now, right there. And
that's nice.
he was only able to log 500 miles on it, but I absolutely love it. I'm more confident on this sled, and I believe it makes me a better rider. True that. Pictured here, I was ready for a new sled. It had been 7 years. I wanted to elevate my YouTube channel. I always loved this milk and plant picture. This one here. Milk Plant Tavern. That looks like it's in Plattsville, Ontario, for anyone that's around here. It looks like Shakers in Plattsville. Then he says the last picture is a little thing I put together from a post I found, me and my dad. My dad still has his 05 600 HOS DI GSX, has like 13,000 miles on it. He now owns a 2015 800 XRS, another good sled. He likes it because it came with the 2-up, which he says is way more nicer, and it had the XRS seat. He's got thousands of pictures, but he'll save some for later. But yeah, there's just that on the old GSX. I almost bought that twin sled, actually. He says, if you ever need a guest, I'm always available. I'd love to pick your brain about podcasts. See you soon, Slowbee. There you go. Pretty cool, eh? Thanks for sending those in, Slowbee. This is Brian Wilbur. He sends a couple pictures of his 2011 XP 550. Bobby.
Nice. Old school 550 fan. Reminds me of the old days.
Yeah.
Original sled, Bobby, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Just purchased it in the spring. The photos are from New Hampshire, taken by the previous owner.
Nice.
Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah. It's out in Glenn's neck of the woods.
Is it? Yeah. He lives in upstate New York, just getting back in the sport after 15 years. I like the pictures he sent me. Look what it says on it. Message set to seller. I take it he hasn't ridden it yet.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's a beauty.
It is.
A little newer than the
great
550 I had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ours was a 2006. It was an X package snowcross race sled. We rescued it from the races, and man, it would only do maybe 75 miles an hour, but it would get there faster than anything you've ever seen because it was geared for the track, right? It was awesome, but it sucked gas like you wouldn't believe. So, yeah. This is Corey Brock sent me this. He says, I saw this on a post and thought it would be cool to share. I don't know. Like what, why is, well, I said to Corey is why, like that would be like for short riders, you know, everybody's going for the long tracks. This guy went totally opposite. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Leaf spring.
So then
suspension.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He says, here's some pictures of the Sudbury train bridge. This was on my bucket list to ride. Like that's it there.
Yep.
And no rails. There he is crossing it. But I think they've closed it for good. Somebody tried burning it down this year. And I think there's been several times people have been burning it down, but nobody wants to carry the insurance on the trail. So
No.
I think they've done it. He says it's sketchy as hell. If I didn't see people ride off it when I pull up, I wouldn't have went on it. You can see the water below through the slats in the wood. I posted a picture of the side pick, which I already showed in the summer to show how high it is. Love the show. Cheers. And then he also sent me some pictures of his 2003.5 Blair Morgan. This is, I think, like Zooks, right?
Yeah.
And and this is a few of his buddies a few years ago near Cayuga. Little test and tune the day before the trails opened.
Nice.
It's all dues too, right?
Yeah, all revs.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
So, no. But you know what? You know how I would put a shout out for everybody looking to send in Yamaha photos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a couple of Yamaha photos.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is from Billy. He says, hey, crew, heard you're in desperate need of some content to supplement Gary's Yamaha addiction. I've included my 2000 Faves 500 that I got for free last winter. Was looking for a Pogo shock phaser, but you can't turn down a free sled. He drove 4 hours to
Oh boy.
Tug Hill. He did. He drove 4 hours to Tug Hill to get a motor for it. He sold it in the spring as it was a project. Then he picked up the 2008 Nitro, which is that one.
Beauty.
Yeah, he picked up the 2008 Nitro for the season as a second sled to change it up from time to time. I've always wanted to try a four-stroke out. It needed a track, so I decided to make it a 136 with a skid relocate and rail extension. It's still in the process of getting parts, so I only got last spring's photo for now. Send you one when it's done. And he's also got a throwback photo for me. These are some nice iron here.
Oh, there we go. There's a couple of Pogos, yeah.
Back in the day.
Cider.
So we got an 86 Yamaha VMAX 600. We got an 87 Indy 400, See, I thought this was one of my photos when I looked at it because that's my buddy Pork's sled, that Indy 400. 87 Yamaha Exciter 570 and an 85 Arctic Cat El Tiger. Those are bulletproof sleds, man.
Yeah.
The El Tigers.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. Have you ever had an old sled like that, Glenn?
Oh man, I go way back. I was looking at some pictures of the 2 Olympics I had back, I think in 1990, 1991. And we used to take those and just beat the heck out of them. And you couldn't kill them. They were just great.
That's awesome. Cohen Ranahan, he's a long time. I haven't seen him around in the chats for a while. So welcome back there, Cohen. This is the Port Carling Bridge. They just finished putting this in last weekend. So I wonder if he was there volunteering. If you did, thank you so much, man. I've ridden across this thing. It's pretty cool to go in the wintertime. The actual boat lock is right down there. So like if you've ever boated up Port Carling, Lake Rosso, between Lake Rosso and it's not Lake Muskoka, Lake Joseph and Lake Rosso. That's where this channel is, and there's a little lock on it. And then they have these up on the shore, and then they bring them across for the wintertime. So they layer down the mats and put railings on the snowmobile bridge, and it's ready to ride. So he's got some in-progress photos. These are pretty cool.
It must have been helping out, I would think, eh?
Yeah, I think so, because he's got a lot of behind the scenes. Like I seen him on Facebook, but not this much in progress. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the club posted on there they are putting the mats
down. The rubber down,
yeah. The club posted on Facebook that they were doing it, and somebody said, "Oh, did they open up whatever trail around whatever lake?" And then I'd be interested to ride it. And the guy says, "I'll PM you." And then I sent back to him and I said, "Can you PM me?" And he did. I haven't got back to him yet, but that Muskoka Magic Tour is full of stuff like this. It's a great tour, but there's like a lot of road riding on it. So if they can fix
road
that,
riding tour,
if they can fix that, then we'll be laughing, you know. So Neil Owen, so he says, "I thought this might stir up some Yamaha guys to engage in your podcast. There's an issue when someone gets damp under the hood." So what do you see here? Do you see my mouse?
That's hilarious.
It's a hair dryer.
Hair dryer, yeah. Well, they had those bad relays, right? Them in Arctic Cat had those relays where you had to make sure you carried some spare relays or bring them in, because when they sat overnight they got wet. Yeah, he says the issue is there's something gets damp under the hood. It needs to dry out before the engine will start. Yep. On this occasion, the sled sat in minus 25 Celsius overnight. The owner went out in the morning and cleaned the snow off. The sled started instantly. He let it run for 30 minutes, shut it off, went in for breakfast. When he came back out, it wouldn't start. So yeah, it would have had condensation all over, right? Yep. Yeah. He pulled out the toolkit, aka the hairdryer, and extension cord that he carries in his accessory bag, and he plugged it in. About 10 minutes later, fired right up. Yeah. Isn't they did a recall on them. They've got new relays now that are insulated that doesn't do that anymore.
Oh, right on.
Oh, Tony Cat, $4.99 there, Bobby.
Oh, right on. Hold on. Let me get this going here. I'm a little bit rusty here.
Boom.
Perfect. Thanks, Tony Cat. Thank you so much, man. $5 is $5. Yeah. Hey, listen, while we're on that, the show is also brought to you by our super fans from last week. We didn't have any easy riders or ditch bangers, but Corey Brock, he bumped his way up to Boondocker. Dustin Ingram also, he chipped away until he hit the Boondocker phase. Dan Brinley and Kyle Johnson also were Boondocker super fans. And we had the Mountain Madmen last week. It was Greg Kirkwood, Thomas Defoe, and Edward Clark. Thank you so much, guys. That's awesome. That keeps the show going, man. Can't thank you guys enough for those super chats.
Absolutely.
Donations, super chats, everything like that. So
super generous.
Yeah, it is. Really appreciate that. So let's keep rolling in here. The Michigan Outlaws. I got a sound effect, but I don't know where it is. I was just looking for it while kind of out of the corner of my eye, but we'll have a sound effect for you. So keep those photos coming in, Michigan Outlaws. And they say this is unrecognizable if you follow their channel. You don't know what you're looking at here, do you? Let me just figure out where this thing went. They say, hey, Gary, we recently got a couple new sleds for this winter. We were going to send them pics earlier, but wanted to wait until your video was out. The white one is a 2014 Skidoo Freeride 137, and the orange one is a 2016 Backcountry Renegade 146. Now, all we need is snow. And he said, for some reason, won't let them send pictures all at once. Sorry for the multiple emails. Cameron from the Michigan Outlaw. These are beautiful sleds, man.
Good for them.
No.
Oh, I wonder if that's Cameron's free ride.
Always love the free rides. Their colors are always awesome.
Freaking cool.
Yeah. Digging the lime tips on those white skis. They look great.
Yeah,
isn't that cool?
Yep.
Oh, there's going to be some.
What length track is the free ride?
I don't think he said, did he? Oh, he did. It's a 137. So it's a good one. The backcountry is a 146.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the T-motion in that one too. In the backcountry. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically the mountain sled, a little bit wider and adjustable ski stance on it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Oh, they're going to have a blast on it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Roscoe would be after this one for sure. Yeah.
Hilarious.
This is from Jeff Whitemeyer. Did you send this because of Roscoe P. Coltrane? He's going to get that guy. He's going to chase him down. He says, hey, everyone, thought I'd send you some more photos of our trip last January in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. We came across a Dukes of Hazzard snowmobile shown in one of the photos. Can't wait to get back there again this year. Your areas sound good too. Would love to get there someday. Have fun and safe riding. Oh, yeah, for sure. We got to get these borders open so you guys can come up and enjoy the fun times we got up here. Bring up that General Lee sled and we'll have a good old fashioned Duke Boys chase. Look at that there. 10 feet.
All-time low.
It's got the year on it, 1989 to 2000. Whatever. That looks like 14 feet.
Back in the normal days, right?
Yeah, that's 2,408 inches, 54-year average. That's crazy. That's pretty awesome. Cochrane has a snow gauge too, but it's more current to the year. So there's Jeff there himself.
Nice.
He's on a dew. There we go. Some nice machines there.
Some dews, some Yamahas.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's Jeff's right there. You can tell there he is leaning over it, getting the hairdryer out. Greg Eastman, sometime is now on the YouTube. He says, hey, Gary, just want to say thanks again, buddy. You got the new t-shirt and decals today. He loves them. Yeah, very much appreciated. He also purchased 3 face masks from me and can't wait to get them. I'll be wearing them this season as I believe the bars and restaurants will require them up on the... Hold on. Where are they going to require them, Bobby? Where do you think?
Definitely not Tug Hill.
Tug Hill. You know what he also said? He said, if you've got 5 minutes, he sent me a little link. And I'm not going to play it because it's a news link, but I'm going to post it in the chat. Don't you guys watch this right now. Wait till after we're done, and you can watch this. But Tug Hill isn't just a hill. Tug Hill's a lifestyle. Wait till you see this little community. It's pretty freaking cool. You know?
Absolutely.
It is very cool. So he's opened up my eyes. There's a lot of nice people in Tug Hill.
Oh, yeah.
What else we got here? Got a lot of pictures this week, eh, guys?
Yeah.
All right on.
And you notice how they're numbered again?
Yep.
You remember what happened last time we numbered them? Who in the chat remembers what happened last time we numbered pictures?
Always a good thing for the chat.
Let's
see
see if you remember why we numbered them in the chat. So this is Derek Roth. He's a big fan of the podcast and all your guys' YouTube channels. He figured he'd send some photos. His name is Derek, and he's from McHenry, Illinois. Nice. The newer Skidoo is a 2015 MXZ TNT 800 with a couple of modifications. He's got Fox Float Evolve 3s on front shocks, Fox Zero Series 2.0 in the back. He's got a Cobra 1.6 Ice Ripper. He's got Cheetah Factory racing bars, C&A Pro skis, a GGB trail can. He loves the sled, but he's looking to upgrade in the next couple of years to a Renegade XRS. Jeez. The older Skidoos, yeah, that's a beautiful sled, man.
Yeah, that's a man after my own heart. C&A, CFR bars. Heck yeah.
Yeah, he's got it all, man. I love it. He loves a sled. He says the older Skidoos are his and his buddies, and the one with all the stickers everywhere is an 02 MXZ 800. That must be that one there.
Yeah, the dual lights. There's an old Mach Z in the background too. Nice.
It's like Pasty Boy's old sled. Yeah. And he said he's pretty. It was an 02, but he's not positive. It was an MXZ Mach Z 800 triple. Mm-hmm. Love the show. Keep it up. The good work, guys. P.S. We mainly ride in the up, but don't get much snow by us anymore, he says. Look at this one. This is beautiful. He said, this is from Rob Oberholt. He says, hey, Gary, one of my trips last year in Huntsville. So this is right at the bottom of the lookout. Yep. That's the old Muskoka train station there. I didn't know you could ride right by it like that. That's the thing. I've been in a lot of areas, but I've never been right into the town of Huntsville.
Because it's hard, man. Their trails are, anyways, we talked about that before, right?
Yeah, we did talk about that. Like they don't, so would that be actually a trail?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He said, this was me heading back to my truck and trailer when my buddy blew his sled up. All the others were before him bit the dust on the Lake of Bays. Great show. Love it. Missed one episode, and that was the last one. Keep up the great work. Would love to put some stickers on the sleds in my trailer. I'll be in touch with you about those stickers. And I only got the one photo, so I don't know where the other one went. Sorry about that, Rob. If I find them, I'll put them up there next week. And then the last one we got here today, I cut it off again at 4:30. Yeah, my name is Bryson. I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. I grew up riding in the 1998 Polaris RMK 700 and now one of my dad's 2010 Polaris Dragons. My wife agreed it was time for us to purchase a sled of our own. He looked on the local classifieds and found a 95 Polaris Indy XLT 600 SKS. What does the SKS mean? How is this sled different than the RMK? He wants to know. He's got it for $600, title in hand, 3,000 miles, runs beautifully. Man, that's a deal. Nice. Made the purchase and rode 80 trail miles before Thanksgiving weekend, and now it needs new carbides.
Some road riding.
Or you just need Biteharder.
There you go.
And sharpen them up, right, Glenn?
Absolutely.
That would fix them up for sure. Oh, shoot. There you go. So anyway, we put all the names in we numbered them all. We're going to do a little draw. But while I'm getting the whole randomizer out, Glenn, what I figured is we got a couple prizes for tonight, and one is a helmet light. So if you want to talk to these guys about what your helmet light is, I'll get the little Google thing going, and we'll have a good time.
Certainly. One of the things that we did this year, we teamed up with a company called LJE Products. They've been making this LED helmet light now for the past 3 years. Rather than go out and develop something on our own, we felt Len Johnson, who develops this light, by teaming up with him, we could take his current technology, which is great technology. The things are bulletproof. Bring it on board as a Biteharder product, give him the marketing and exposure that he needs from a national level, and help him sell the product. It's a very, very simple product. This is the product right here. It attaches to the back of your helmet using a 3M strip. And then what you do is you will attach this to your heated shield. and then this comes in from your accessory plug on your snowmobile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this one in for you and show you how bright these are.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn talks about.
And I know someone that I know someone that used one last year, and I was like, wait a minute, that helmet was on I think it was on a Mission or a Titan, and I was like, wait a minute, those don't have LED lights in the back. And he's going, it's a Biteharder, and I went, oh my God, it was like my oxygen, and maybe even bigger, like it's wider than the oxygen beam. It was just amazing.
I mean, we've all ridden with friends before where, we're riding so close, snow dust is kicking up, and you just lose sight of where they're at, which way the trail's going. It's a recipe for chaos and an accident to happen. But with these, you can always see where the person in front of you is. It's great for at night, great for in snow dust, great for in snowstorms. They really work well. I'm going to show you one on the helmet too while you're doing that.
Yeah, here, let me get you big here again. See if I can.
So here's when we put on the helmet. I'm going to plug it in.
Look at that. That's what the guy had, a red one like that. It's amazing. Nice. What kind of helmet you got that on?
That is on an HJC.
Oh, yeah, perfect. So like I said, it doesn't matter. Any helmet can go on it.
Mm-hmm.
So then if you had a heated shield and that light, what would you have, a splitter that connects them, or?
Basically, the power comes in, goes through the light, back out through the light, and then to the heated shield. You don't lose any current going to the heated shield, so the heated shield remains at 100% effective. There's enough power coming up through the accessory plug, not only to power the heated shield, but to power 8 of these before you start any degradation on the. Hopefully, nobody will put 8 of these on their helmet. I think they'd be picked up by NASA or something like that.
Hey, just before you go any further, we got another super chat. Dustin Ingram, thanks, buddy. Biteharder parts fund for Skidoo funds. LOL. That's awesome. Thank you. We'll be using those for Biteharder products too. You can believe that. Thank you so much, Dustin. That's awesome. Yeah. So here, I'm gonna put this back up on screen here, and we're gonna get us all small again. Oh, where did it go? There we go. Let's give her a spin, okay?
I love it. Right on. There we go.
Did you stop that wheel right in time, Rich?
There you go, man.
6.
Number 6.
And that was Neil Owen.
Nice.
Congratulations, Neil. That's awesome. I'll make sure I get in touch with you, and I'll hook you up with Glenn, and he'll make sure he gets that light out to you. Okay, buddy? That's really good.
Right on.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations, Neil. That's great. He'll like that. He messaged me a while. He's a fan. He's the Collingwood Snowmobile Club guy. I'm going to have him on to chat about what his efforts are up there and some of the things he's going through. But he actually found us while he was in the hospital or healing from the hospital. And he said our show helped him get through.
Nice.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So it's not just for breakfast anymore, snowmobile sessions.
For sure.
Your price point on the lights are fantastic. Actually, all of Biteharder products are Frugal Doodle approved. They are. I can't believe I was saying that to Bobby today. Like, everything that is in your product line is something that's affordable to any snowmobiler. It's not like you have to worry about spending the money, because even your sharpening tools, they're the highest priced item you have, but they're not that high priced, and they last forever, and you're going to save money on carbides. That's why
the test. We're going to have him do a little math in a bit here and show you how much you can really save on the studs by using the studs.
Good. We got some questions in here asking us how much are those LED lights, Glenn?
$39.95 in the US, $49.95 in Canada.
Good deal.
Isn't that great?
Yep.
And you're talking, if you want one on an oxygen helmet, it's $800. You know, so you can buy a Mission and one of those lights and still have a couple $100 in your pocket. The Trailmaker 74 was actually just looking at those exact lights 2 days ago.
Yeah. Len's on the YouTube there. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
The developer of that. He's a Polaris ambassador. Nice guy.
He is.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, we're glad to be able to help him out. He's got a great product there, and we're glad that we can bring it national for him.
Yeah, that's great.
It's very, very cool. What other products do you make? Like we know that you're big in the sharpening tools, but talk to us about the complete lineup.
So, give you a little bit of history on how this stuff came about. My background is mechanical engineering, and I've owned a manufacturing company that machines aerospace components for 30 years. I think we're coming into our 31st year. I think there's a little link down at the bottom if you want to share it. I don't know if you can see that, Gary.
This one right here?
Yeah. Our parent company is Welch Manufacturing Technologies. That's the company that I started 31 years ago. And most of the stuff that we do are aerospace components, but everything that we machine is machined using carbide. That carbide from time to time needs to be sharpened. And what do we sharpen it with? Diamond coated wheels or diamond impregnated wheels. And it was back in 2011 that I was on a ride up in Quebec and came around a nice sweeping corner. Unfortunately, there was a washout that was covered in ice. I hit the washout with Del Carbides, slid across the trail, went off the trail. The sled was history, and fortunately, I was not. It said to me, look, there's got to be a better way to do this. And on the ride home, I said, we do a lot of this stuff right now in the shop. Why can't we develop a product that, number one, is portable, number two, makes it very easy to sharpen your carbide runners? And we knew it would have to be diamonds. So we did a lot of experimentation that next winter, tried it out. And on January 7th of 2013, we released this product right here. I don't know if you can cut back to me.
Yep. I'll do that. I'll just drag you in here, I think. Oh. Here we go.
We released this product right here.
Where did you go? Oh, there you go. We got both of you on there. Here, if I get rid of that, that'll work.
This is what we call our standard series carbide runner sharpening tool. It's designed to work in a cordless drill. As you can see, it's made of 303 stainless steel. This is our 6th generation tool since we've started this. We keep improving it every year. The shank and then the body is coated with industrial diamonds in here, which are bonded to the steel. They don't come off. Basically, what we tell people is get your cordless drill out, set it on the highest setting, 1, 2, 3, whatever that setting is, to get your highest RPMs. This is designed to work 1,500 to 2,200 RPMs. Get your carbide runners in position. Just tip your sled up on its side. We make products to help hold your sled on its side. Get your buddy to hold it on its side. Bring the tool in so that it is perpendicular and parallel. And basically, turn the drill on, and you go back and forth, and you're going to sharpen that carbide runner up. The key thing that I tell people to remember is when you use diamonds for anything, especially sharpening, let the diamonds do the work. Don't try to force them. Don't try to make it go faster than it should. These diamonds will do the work for you. They will put a nice edge back on your carbide runner. We all know what it's like when we get that new set of carbide runners on our sled at the beginning of the season. You can turn on a dime, turn on the pavement, turn on the asphalt, steer into the gas station to get gas. Ice is not a problem. But as the season wears on and your carbides wear down, the only thing you can do to get that feeling back again is to replace them. And that's why I said, look, we've got to develop this tool and put it out there for people. Once we had something, we knew we had it, and we had to get it out there. So standard series carbide runner sharpening tool, that's where we started this whole thing.
Yeah, I've used them and they're amazing.
Yeah,
and Adventure This Way, he picked up at Summit, the Toronto Snowmobile Show, and a few years back. Great tool, easy maintenance. I don't think they wear out. I mean, mine I've used a lot, and my buddy Dino, he's almost every ride gives his a tune-up, he calls it. He just buzzes along because it's better to do that than to wait till they square off.
Yes.
And away you go. But also too, just one more second, Rev. We've got another super chat from
D Downs.
Downs. Where did he go here?
There he is. Oh.
He says, hey guys, great trailer 550. Just had to buy a new trailer to house my 2021 Assault 146 850. It's a 3-place because his brother's trailer is packed with 5 and he won't let me stack mine on his. How selfish is that?
Man, congrats. New sled and a new trailer. That's a year.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Thanks for the super chat, buddy. That's great.
Absolutely. Super appreciated.
Yeah. Can you, Glenn, would you mind holding that wheel right up to the camera? Like you can see the V in there, and that's what gives you the shape of the, it's kind of off focus there, but you can see how it's feed in. That's what reshapes the carbides. It's an amazing tool.
Yeah, they do work great.
What's the difference between the Pro Series and that one?
The profiles are exactly the same. The Pro Series tool is a smaller diameter tool. It has a more aggressive, I can show you from the front, it has a more aggressive diamond on it. This aggressive diamond is designed to outlast the standard series tool by about 5 to 1. It's not as convenient as the standard series tool. It does the job much quicker. It costs more money, but again, you're going to get 5 times the life out of this tool. This tool has to run in a die grinder. When I talk about die grinder, I'm talking about a RotoZip drywall tool, 10,000 RPMs. This will go up to 35,000 RPMs. I'm talking about a pneumatic die grinder, something you hook up to your compressor. At 10,000, 20,000 RPMs, you're going to make short work of sharpening your carbide runners. A lot of the service stations buy these. They'll charge their customers to come in when they do a service. They'll say, you want us to touch up your runners and sharpen them up? A lot of families buy these with more than 3, 4, 5, 6 sleds that they need to sharpen up and keep the carbides sharp. The trick to remember is on the standard series tools that run in the drill, this is a maintenance tool. Maintain your edges. This guy right here, you can basically bring back an edge from the grave. We don't recommend that. If you want to get the most life out of these tools, you want to maintain that edge more frequently instead of less frequently. It's kind of like anything else. The harder you use it, the more you use it, the more you're going to wear it down. So if you go in and touch it up, make a few passes every 300-400 kilometers, you're going to get more life out of this tool than we even tell you you're going to get.
Yeah. What is the lifespan of the tool? Like, how do you know when you need a new one?
You're just going to keep an eye on it, and the diamonds will eventually start to break down. But we've gotten anywhere from, well, I'll give you a story. We rode, there were 6 of us that rode up in Ontario, and I sharpened everybody's carbide runners. We got about 80 sharpenings out of this tool.
Nice.
Sharpenings out of this tool before we had to toss this one in the barrel. But that just shows you, we were riding hard. We were sharpening every morning. I was doing everybody's sled. 80 sharpenings is pretty good. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to get that on every carbide runner that you sharpen. You know, a lot of road crossings, gas stops, other stuff, you're going to want to sharpen more frequently, so you may not get as much. Again, it all varies on the terrain you're riding in and how you're using the tool. Again, most importantly, let those diamonds do the cutting.
Yeah. What's the price of the sharpeners in Canada?
This is $64.95 in the US. I believe we're $79.95 in Canada on this one. Our Pro Series tool is $184.95. Again, better than 5 times the life on the standard series tool. We don't charge any more on this one in Canada. It's still $184.95. We didn't want to increase the price to our Canadian riders up there. We've got enough. We sell enough of these where we could keep the price where it is. So we wanted
That's
to make
good.
sure.
That's good.
And this is a great tool. It really is. More people are starting to go with the Pro Series tools than they are with the standard series tools.
Yeah, cool. Dr. Detroit says, man, this is good info. Products you can use, not gimmicky at all. Very cool. I agree. They're actually really good quality. I've used them both. The Pro Series is amazing. And I actually bought a little chuck for my Dremel, and I run the Pro Series in my Dremel. It's just over 10,000. I think it does 10 to 15 or 10 to 18,000 RPM, and it spins it fine. but it won't fit in a regular drum chuck. You need to have, I bought a drill chuck for it, and it screws into it. So it's a little bit of a mishmash, but it's a frugal doer, right? I make do with what I got. But a little story here for everybody. Glenn seen my video from the when I sharpened Fast Eddie's carbides, and he said, and I was just using a cordless drill, a DeWalt, and the one he's got in his hand, the consumer one, and those carbides were squared off, and I really worked my butt off to get them sharp, and it worked. There's a video on there. I think it's called "Never a Dull Moment" on my channel on MUDBRATS, and then he says, why don't you use the Pro Tool? So I got him to send me up a Pro Tool, and my Renegade wasn't steering worth a crap, so it was really pushing in the turns. And Drew and I went into Gravenhurst the one night, and I come back. I go, the next morning before we ride, I'm gonna sharpen these up. So I flipped the sled up, and there's nothing left but 2 studs sticking out the bottom of the ski. The carbide, because I was riding here, and the carbides were gone, like gone. There was nothing left. So needless to say, I had a box of old carbides, so I threw 2 more in. I sharpened them up, and away we went. But yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. Dr. Detroit says those are reasonable prices for sure. Slovey says, what if your drill does not spin the proper RPMs, like too slow? Is it still effective?
Yeah, if you're using the standard series tool, there's a lot of drills out there that'll spin only at 800 to 1,000 RPMs. They're still going to work. Just the only thing I can say is be patient. It's not going to happen as fast as you want. And again, don't get overly aggressive by putting extra pressure on the diamonds. Just let them do the work. They'll do it for you. They'll tell you when you're done. They'll tell you how it's cutting. You'll hear it. And once you do it enough, it'll become intuitive to you.
And just make sure you're square on flat on top. It's like sharpening a skate. If you move as you go, it's going to sharpen it around. Yeah. You got to make sure you're straight onto it. Yeah.
Line up to the camera here. Looking at that runner, you want to be right on and back and forth.
Yeah, nice and gentle. Yeah. No, it cuts. You'll know, and you'll see little chips. Like, check out my video. You see chips flying off, and it's pretty incredible. So,
the example I use is if you're drilling 3 inches of aluminum, if you take that drill and try to force it through that aluminum, you're just going to dull that drill right up. If you push it through nice and slow and get it through there, you're going to get hole after hole after hole. And that's how these things work as well. They work so much better when you let the diamonds do the work.
Nice.
Now, these are the 2 products that we came out with, the Pro Series and the Standard Series being the one in 2013. The Pro Series followed the year after. And then we went to a Pro Series carbide stud sharpening tool. And then the year after that, a Standard Series carbide stud sharpening tool. Now, the Standard Series, again, when you hear the word standard, you want to remember cordless drill. This is designed to go over your stud while it's in the track. Everything stays right on the sled. And if this is turning clockwise, you bring it in and you go around counterclockwise to the stud. And what it'll do is it'll put a brand new 60-degree stud tip right on that stud. I don't care what the stud cost initially. I don't care who made the stud. It can be the most expensive stud or the cheapest stud you bought. It's going to put back a 60-degree stud. And that's the new standard for Skidoo right now. Every stud that they put out, and Woody's, they recommend, and it's their most expensive stud, is that 60-degree stud tip. It's a very economical tip. And we developed that tip 5 years ago.
Right on.
It's a good tip. The story behind this tool, the Pro Series tool, is that we had a customer that we met at the Toronto show who came in and basically told us that he was very disappointed in the tool. He was only able to sharpen 14 sleds. We said, were you using it right? Were you running it at the higher RPMs and so forth? He basically came back and told us that his buddy told us that he had sharpened over 1,400 carbide studs with it, and he had just started to see wear on that tool. But he wanted to get another one just in case this one did wear out. So my math question for today is pretty simple. This tool is $149.95 US and Canadian. Let's just assume you've got somebody running 96, call it 100 studs. We'll make the math easy for you guys, right? Once those studs wear out, what are your options to bring them back to a sharp tip? You really don't have it unless you sharpen or replace, right? If you're going to sharpen and you buy this tool at $149, what's 100 new studs going to cost you to replace?
Yeah, that's a good point.
What are they, $3 a stud plus your nuts and washers? And
so you're looking at $300 plus the labor to replace it. In less than an hour with this tool at $149, you're going to sharpen all the studs in that track. But you're not only going to do it once, you're going to do it up to 5, possibly 6 times. And look at the savings. Instead of replacing, you're just going to sharpen. I can pull up a picture here that shows. Have you ever looked at what a stud looks like when you slice it in half?
Yeah, it's got the tip, the whole carbide tip right down the middle, right?
Yeah, it goes in anywhere from 3/8 of an inch.
Yep.
I'll share this one here. I don't know if you can pull that one up for me.
yeah, right on.
Yeah, so it's quite.
So what you're looking at is that's a new stud, and that's just ground right in half, and you can see that stud goes down anywhere from 3/8 of an inch to a 1/2 inch into the stud body itself. So you can sharpen that stud 4, 5, sometimes 6 times before you're ready to toss it.
That's something I just learned today. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool, because I see a lot of studs on my track that are missing that tip part. And I thought, well, it's like a ball that's broken off. I guess they're not any good. So I'm gonna have to get in there and buzz those up.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great money saver. Now, obviously, your Carbide runner, the Carbide runner tool is basically a maintenance tool. Keep the edge sharp. There's not a cost savings here. There's a performance gain and a safety gain by being able to turn on anything you come across. This is the tool right here where you're going to save a ton of money, especially if you can sharpen your studs up to 5 times. And if you think about it, we're really only removing a very small amount off the top of that stud to bring back the tip. Wherever the carbide tip is right now is where the tip remains. We're just removing the host material, exposing the carbide shank, and then bringing it into a 60-degree angle. 60-degree angle is just like if you play golf, mini golf, regular golf, it's just like one of those golf pencils. It's just how the lead being the carbide and the wood being the host body material for the stud.
Very good.
Nice.
That's good to know. I didn't know you had that. That's awesome.
Some great products. There's the 4 products right there. I think I've got a better picture of that that I can load up for you here.
What's the big one? Is that a Pro Series stud sharpener?
No, everything is. Let me just get this up here for you. So what you're looking at right here is, this is a little bit out of order, but the first one on the left is the standard series runner. The next one on the right is the standard series stud. And again, that's for the drill. That's the one that you're going to want to just maintain your studs with. The next one is the Pro Series runner. That's the one, if you've got a lot of sleds, you want to get that sharpening done fast. Great tool, long life. And the last one is the one we just talked about, and that is the Pro Stud tool. That's the one that's going to give you 5, 6 sharpenings of all the studs in your track.
So the Pro Series seems to be a smaller diameter than the regular ones. Is that on both? Yep. You
can tell there's a trick between the Pro Series and the standard. Pro Series are always a little smaller on diameter. Standard Series are always a little bigger in diameter. And if you look at the back, you can see, I don't know if you can see in that shot.
Yeah, it's a standard.
A chamfer on the back. There's a step on the back for the Pro and a chamfer on the back for the Standard Series. So you can differentiate the two, but the size is the easiest way. Plus, we got writing all over it that says Standard Series, Pro Series.
Nice.
Now this year, we just came out with a brand new variations on our Pro stud sharpener. Let me see if I can find this graphic. This right here this to you. This here is, if you look at these, it says 30, 45, and 60. The 60-degree tool is the one that I'm holding in my hand right here. This is the one we developed 4 or 5 years ago. This is the one that basically, when it resharpens the tip, brings it back to, and I'll bring up another graphic to show you what the angle looks like. But we've got a lot of inquiries over the last couple of years about guys that really want to hook up faster. They like running the lakes. They like hooking up on the ice. They want deeper penetration. So we came out this year with a 45-degree variation and a 30-degree variation. So if you want to change your tip angle from a 60-degree, 45, or 30-degree, you now have 3 options you can go with on our Pro Series Carbide runner, Carbide stud sharpening tool to get the tip angle that you want, depending on how fast you want to hook up.
Very good.
It's wicked.
Yeah, Slowby wants to know, he says maybe you missed about how much longer of life do you think this adds to a carbide or a stud?
Carbide runner, if you're, again, it's not going to add any more life. What it's going to do is it's going to let you ride on sharp carbide runner the entire life of your tool. You can decide to go out tomorrow and ride down a paved road for 100 miles. Yeah. Keep the carbides goodbye. But you can stop and sharpen them up every mile and have sharp ones the whole time. It's the stud sharpener that's going to give you the extra life. We always buy studs that are just a little bit over the paddle length. As you sharpen them, they come down just a little bit until they're down to the length. But even if they go just a tad under the paddle length, they're still very effective. And it's at that point in time, you're basically getting a new tip on them for free. So
nice.
The graphic I was going to share to you on this one is pretty amazing how it shows the difference between a 60-degree, a 45-degree, and a 30-degree tip.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You can see how different they are, and these were just sharpened by the tools that we have just released this year. The 60-degree again is highly recommended if you're a trail rider. It is a fantastic tip for wear, for penetration. But those guys that want to be a little more aggressive step up to the 45, and really aggressive can step up to the 30 now.
That's great. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, you can see the
so if you had a stock tip that was like a 30-degree and you wanted to go steeper, could you with your grinder, or is it a best advice to grind them the way they come stock?
Basically, the way they come stock is, I'm going to put the graphic back up that showed the section stud picture. This one. So when you look at this stud tip, can you see my pointer?
Yep.
When you look at this stud tip, that's what's left on a brand new stud, or what you get on a brand new stud. The way they do it is they drill a hole in the stud, they fill it full of braze compound, they drop the stud in there, the carbide in there, and then they run it under high heat, and that's what bonds that carbide to the host material. Once that tip is gone and flattens out, that's when you lose your effectiveness of the stud. It doesn't matter what kind of stud you're buying. I don't care if it's the $9 one at the consignment store, or you're buying the $4 one from Woody's. You can take any stud and sharpen it to any angle using our tools.
All right on.
Here, I don't know if we can show this. I'll close this graphic, but this right here shows. I'll get it as close to the camera as I can.
Yeah, good.
This shows a varying number of different studs, and they are all sharpened at 60 degrees.
Oh yeah, wow! And different families of studs, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's a different manufacturer, different style.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So the nice thing about Biteharder products are you can take any stud you have, put a 60-degree on it, which again would be the preferred stud for trail riding. Now you can put a 45-degree or a 30-degree on it, with just selecting the right tool that we offer.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome.
Now, do you offer like a kit, Glenn, that has the stud and the carbide sharpener, or they're all sold separately at this point? Like
we do. I can put up here
And something else that's really cool is the stand.
Yeah, we've got a side support stand, side support pole. I'm just going to pop up the website right here and show you a little bit about those products, and I can show you exactly what we're looking at. If you go to our store,
Biteharder.com.
Biteharder.com, you're going to see our Carbide Runner Sharpening Tool Standard Series, $64.95. The Carbide Runner Professional Series, $184.95. The Stud Tool Standard Series for the drill, $59.95. And then your choice, you don't get all three for $149.95, but your choice, 60, 45, or 30 for $149.95. So there's the tools. Now, if you come down to our combo packs and you want to get big savings on those, we've discounted combo packs significantly. Nice. If you're looking at buying Pro Stud and Pro Runner, you're looking at $250. That's US, but that's also Canadian. With those two tools, you'd be looking at $335 if you bought them separately.
Okay, so that's good.
Significant savings at the $249.95. Mm-hmm. That's the savings for the Standard Series combo pack, Stud and Runner. And then we get into some combo packs where you can get a Pro Standard Runner and a Pro Runner, or a Standard Stud and a Pro Stud. And we do discount those if you want to buy tools together. We also have a product that I know you want me to talk about, and that is our Polytune suspension rings. This is a product, Gary, that Gary has been in love with since he's seen them and tried them out. It said, did you try a pair, Gary? I think you said you did. Right?
No, I've seen them. I've been drooling on them, so I'm ordering a set. But I have some questions for you on them tonight. But no, I have seen them and heard of them, and again, another product that I've heard nothing but good things about.
So I'll give you the background behind those. Let me just jump down and show you. There's our helmet safety light, $39.95.
There's a side support pole right there.
I'm going to click.
It's pretty.
Okay, right on.
And basically,
it goes into the handlebars, right on.
It just fits to the cross pole on your handlebars. It's got a clip. It's really a bicycle seat clip. You can extend the pole up and down. It's got a rubber boot on the end. You can set the sled on its side so that you can adjust your track, clean the snow out and ice out from underneath it, sharpen your carbide, sharpen your studs. It's a pretty lightweight, simple device. If you're doing work by yourself in the garage, you can take it with you in your trailer, do it at the trail side, or if you want to take it on the trail, it does have a snow basket at the bottom, so you can actually sharpen your carbides right on the trail.
Yeah, my video, we sharpened them in the snow in the driveway, and my son was 14, I think, at the time, and he and I had no problems with it. And there's a picture there showing that one sled up on its side. It's really easy. It sticks in the hole of the riser, where you have two holes where the steering pins go through. You stick the one end in it, and you lean your sled over, and the foot goes on the ground, and away you go. There it is.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Oh, it's so cool.
It's a good product. This is a product that we manufacture for our customers for Biteharder. Anybody can buy them, but this is not a product that we price as aggressively as we probably could. We like to keep the price low. We like to be able to make these products for our customers that just enhance the sharpening experience.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, Jesse Buckman from Sled Addict says he used that to put the sled on its side to put the studs in the brand new track. He said it's an awesome tool. There you go.
Yeah, thank you. They work great. They really do.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So jumping into the, I don't want to lose you guys.
The Polytune rings. This is what I want to know about.
Let me put a graphic on here so that you can see this. Actually, what I'll probably do to start is we're going to talk about suspensions and suspension geometry. Snowmobile suspensions use there's two types of snowmobile suspensions right now. There is your air shocks and your regular style shocks with a coilover spring. Coilover spring is pretty much applications that are used in racing. NASCAR uses these. A lot of performance cars use these. A lot of the muscle cars. What you get on a performance car or a performance machine is a dual rate or a progressive rate spring. That is a progressive rate spring. You've got one rate in this area, you've got another rate in this area. This is going to give you, during your non-aggressive, when you're not pushing the spring, a very soft and supple ride. Matter of fact, that's what this is down in this end. I can bend this myself without a problem. As you get up and get this spring moving more aggressively, this is where the stiffer section is up in here. This spring, if you want to replace it, can be as much as $400 to $1,000 a pair on your snowmobile, depending what you get. You can also go to some of the suspension manufacturers, and they will put a dual rate spring on top of your spring. It's a retrofit kit. They're fairly expensive as well. We do some work in the automotive industry, and we did have connections with people that manufacture product and run them in NASCAR. NASCAR uses a product called a spring rubber. It's not spring, it's a urethane material. And what they do is they put them in the coils of their cars just to get the car up a little bit on one side or the other. So when they get around the track, they pick up just a few tenths of a second, and hopefully that's enough for them to win the race. By doing that, it gives them that performance edge that they need. Well, what we've done is we've taken a proprietary set of urethane that we work with them on. This is called our Biteharder Polytune suspension rings. I'll show you the center in here. I'll just pull this away. What you can see is this snaps in to the top coil of your spring, and then it sits over the bottom coil. That's what it looks like when it's installed. This does, for $24.95 a pair, almost exactly what that does within 90%.
I love it.
So what you're going
that is Frugal Doer approved.
It's just amazing. I'm going to show you a rate chart here.
Is this one thing? Like, is this if you had? So the new XRS with the R-Motion X suspension, they've fixed a lot of the issues on it. But the older ones, the Rev Gen 4, when you get into stutter bumps, that was a problem. Is the rate of the springs was goofy, so you get. That's what SnowTrax TV talks about when they say, "Oh, it's not confidence inspiring. It's dirty. They're bouncing, and the sled's wanting to jump. It's not wanting to stay planted." Is that a product that will help a guy with the Gen 4 XRS feel more firm and planted?
It is. Pop that graphic up here, if you will, and I'll talk just a little bit about that and show you exactly what this is going to do for your spring.
Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah, I was going to say, can I get that bigger?
There you go.
There you go.
And then can you pinch and zoom in on the actual chart?
Let's.
No.
I can't. Wait a minute.
Oh, there's a little magnifying glass in the left. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. That's great.
So what you've got, most snowmobiles will come on the front of their snowmobile with a linear rate spring. That's the blue line right here, okay? Linear rate springs are great. They are perfect for what they're designed to do. That's give a comfortable ride on your snowmobile. They talk about linear because when we look at spring travel in inches, and here being 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, if you go up and across, the suspension load in pounds is linear to what you have in travel. So there's a linear rate that goes up with this blue line right here. By putting a dual rate spring on your front suspension, what's going to happen is you will get that soft and comfortable ride going down the railroad bed or down the flats that your snowmobile is designed to do. But when you get into the twisties, into the corners, and into the bumps, and you start compressing those springs greater than 2 inches, you don't want this linear rate. You now want this rate to go up faster. And that's what a Polytune ring does. That's what a dual rate spring does. It gives you back a higher suspension loading as the higher you compress that spring. What's the benefit of that? The benefit is you're going to see flatter cornering. As you go around the corner, the spring is not going to want to compress the outside spring as much Once you get into that 2 inches of compression, it's going to push back harder than a linear rate spring. When you get over the stutter bumps and you start bumping up and down, this is going to control that a little bit better. It's not going to let the springs go crazy. Again, we're not talking about tuning the shocks. The shocks have all kinds of adjustments on them depending on what you have. We are tuning the spring, not the shock. We're controlling the spring, which is the primary job of the shock, but we're forcing the shock to do a better job with the Polytune ring on the spring. Stutter bumps, I think one of the things that you and I had talked about in the past was this will even, because it is urethane, will help take some of the vibration that comes from the skis up through the handlebars. So at the end of the day, you have less rider fatigue, especially in your hands, arms, and shoulders. It lets you ride longer, more comfortably with these products on here. These were tested over a 2-year period. Again, designed with the help of NASCAR professionals. And then before we put them out there, we wanted to make sure we had the perfect product. They come in 4 different sizes to match the coil spacing. You can get them in either soft, medium, or hard density. Soft density if you're a casual rider, medium density if you like to get out there and get a little crazy in the corners and bumps from time to time, and hard if you're just a ditch banger and you like to go out there all the time. We do not make these for the rear suspension. Part of the reason for that is the engineers perfect those rear suspensions. There's so much dynamics going on. We don't want to mess around with what they've come up with and the good job that they've done there. The front's very simple. Slap one of these on, slap 2 on if you want to make a triple rate spring. But for $24.95, you won't get a better performance upgrade on your snowmobile than a Polytune suspension ring.
There's a couple questions in the chat. Someone asked is there any drawbacks as far as will it cause the other part of the spring to work harder and wear out faster?
No.
Is there any side effects like that? No.
No.
And then someone else, Dustin Ingram, he said, "Attaboy, Dustin, can I use that suspension ring on my 4-wheeler and my snowmobile?"
Right now they're designed they'll fit between 2 3/4 and 3 1/4 inch diameter springs. They're not a helper spring. A lot of people said, "Boy, can I use those for my 4-wheeler? I put a plow on the front of my 4-wheeler and it always sags my front suspension down. And I put those on it to keep my suspension up." And they will work like a helper spring, but you're better with a solid rubber to help on that. As far as 4-wheeler performance goes, we have been looking into designing and building one of these for the 4-wheel market. The problem we're seeing right now is there are so many different variations on springs. We would have to tool this up, and the tooling cost would be exorbitant to try to build the tools to match all of the spring variations that are out there on your ATVs, UTVs, your side-by-sides, your 4-wheelers and whatnot. For the moment, no, we're not building for the ATV, UTV market, just for the snowmobile market.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And they do. And again, it's amazing to me. We had somebody call in and say, it was a gentleman's wife. She can't corner when she goes around right-hand turns. She just can't, she veers off into the oncoming snowmobiles. So she's afraid of turning. The sled wants to tip on its side, everything else. She's all right, turning to the left and staying to the outside. So I said, take one of the soft Polytune rings, slap it on the left spring, and have her try that and see what she thinks. She put it on. He says now she can corner on the right without a problem. He can stay behind her, and he's got no problem with her. She doesn't swerve into the oncoming snowmobiles going around the corners. So just a little bit of balancing, a little bit of confidence inspiring. There's a lot of things you can do with this, and it really doesn't matter when you mount it to your spring, whether it's down near the bottom or up near the top. Once you get it on there, it's not coming off, and they actually look pretty good too when they're on there.
Oh yeah, they do. I like the look of them. They're pretty cool. Now, mine's a 2009 with X package front suspension. I think they're good, but I'm borderline thinking about getting them rebuilt this winter. Will that compensate for a not rebuilt shock, or should I still get it rebuilt and put that product on it?
Yeah, if the shocks need a rebuild, definitely go with the rebuild. This is not going to take the place of your shocks. Again, we're not working with the shocks on this. We're only really working with the spring.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to see better I'm going to see a better advantage with a rebuilt shock, and then throw that on and really rock and roll.
Exactly. What are the sleds right now? I think the big Fire Cat, not the Fire, is it the Fire, not the Fire Cat, the big Arctic Cat, with the big motor in that. What's the name of that? Is it the
F1100?
The T-Cat.
Yeah, the Thundercat. Yeah, that has, I believe, right out of the factory, a progressive rate spring on it. And then the Yamaha, they brought back the Yamaha, the blue and white one. They brought back the old
SRX Sidewinder.
Yeah.
Sidewinder.
Yeah, SRX. Yeah.
You'll see that one right there. It's got white shocks on it. That has got a progressive rate spring on it. Why manufacturers won't put progressive rate springs on? I think it's just a cost thing. They cost more money. Again, cheap enough to try right here. And if it doesn't work and you don't like it, send it back. We'll take it back. For $24, I think it's the cheapest suspension performance upgrade you'll come up with out there, and you'll really be happy with what you're seeing.
Nice. Yeah, I can't wait. It'll be a good thing. Let me just see what else is in the chat here for.
So kind of a side note, obviously you said that all the sharpening tools work with any brand of stud or carbide. If somebody wanted to kind of like extend the life of a carbide, like let's say they're going to buy a new one, is there anything you recommend, like a square bar versus a round bar, or any specific brand?
So all of us at Biteharder, we've all ridden many years. We've all been out there riding with dual runners. Everything that's come out, we've tried. And we find that nothing works as good as a single runner setup with about 6 inches of carbide. I've got a couple of carbide runners here. For us, it's the host bar that makes the difference. You can either have a round host bar, or you can have a square rectangular host bar. The host bar, as we all know, when you mount it to the ski, sticks down from the ski, and then you have your carbide inside that hangs down from that. As you're going around the corner, you want to get this bar in your ski as deep into the snow as possible. Those tangential forces that are working on that to hold that corner while you're in the snow and hard pack are working against this sidebar right here. It's the carbide that'll get that sidebar in. It'll get deeper into the snow, and this is what will hold you into the in the corners. It's very rarely do you see the ski get into the snow because they have wide cross sections and so forth. You get this crossbar into the snow, you'll corner like you're on rails. And the best way to do that is with a sharp set of carbide runners. That's what's going to get you right in. And we find that riding with, we don't have darting issues by keeping our runners sharp. We find we get all the performance that we want. Again, I think you'll find a good carbide runner with a lengthy host bar. Again, whether it's round, whether it's square. This is a wood. This is a shaper bar, obviously. This one is from another manufacturer that's round. But as long as you've got the depth and can get that down in the snow, you'll get all the performance you need out of your front skis.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, can we go back to the lights? Someone asked if there's any Trailmaker 74, Glenn, are any battery-operated rear helmet safety lights possible in the future?
They are being worked on as we speak. There's a battery pack version on the table. I'm going to just show you how they come right now. You can get them in amber. You can get them in blue, green, pink, or magenta, which is Biteharder's color.
That's awesome.
And red. So we got 5 different colors. Families that ride with their kids put these on, and they know, hey, green is Katie and blue is Jack, and they know exactly which kid there is and where they are in front, and so they can tell who they're riding with and so forth.
That's a great idea.
It is. It's a really good idea. We had a customer buy all 5, and he said he's got 3 kids and he rides with his wife, and now he'll tell everybody apart. Well, because he rides in the back just by where they are and who they are.
Yeah.
They have to be fairly low voltage, though. Could you not make a battery pack like that work with them?
Yeah, there's definitely a way to do the battery pack. It's something that has been done in the past, and I think you may in fact see something next year or the following year with a battery pack that we'll be carrying.
Mm-hmm.
But Trailmaker 74, he's probably a handy guy. He snowmobiles and ATVs. He can probably rig something up, right, without electrocuting himself too much.
LED.
Hey, I'm sure you can.
Remember to plug it in at the end of the day.
Yeah. I bought a light bar, an LED light bar it's for a front bumper of a truck, or it's for ATVs or whatever, 2 rows. And in the store, the demo box had a button you press to turn on the 1 row.
Yep.
And it was a 9-volt battery inside.
Nice.
And it was bright as hell. I don't know how long it would last continuous, like on something like your helmet light, it would probably last for a bit, but I'm sure you could rig something out.
Some of the issues they have is battery life because of the fact that when they get cold, unless you're keeping your jacket close to you, those batteries die really fast.
Yeah. Corey Brock noticed that I didn't have any beers. I got busted today because my chat was blowing up. It was going, isn't this beers and sleds? And here I am, and I was late to the table again. I'm always late, you guys know that. But I didn't get a chance to go down to the fridge. So, yeah, thanks, Corey. I'll make sure I make it up next week. Thanks for that super chat. That's awesome. And I'll make sure they're tall boys too. That's Canadian though. That only get me 1 tall boy, I think.
There's one thing I do want to mention to your viewers. If you can put that graphic up for me, that would be great. One of the things that we did as probably 3 years ago, we did a pilot run with the province of Ontario and our home state of New Hampshire. The Better Traction, Better Trails program takes all the products that Biteharder sells and donates 10% back of every sale that sale originates from, the province or the state that sale originates from, and donates 10% back at the end of the year. We call it Better Traction because if you're buying Biteharder products, you are riding on Better Traction all season long. And we call it Better Trails because the provinces and the states that we're working with earmark that money to go back to grooming operations. So Better Traction, riding on Biteharder products, and Better Trails by donating money back for better grooming.
Very nice.
Super. Right on.
Great. Right on. Working with 14 states and provinces right now. Every year we bring on a handful more states and provinces as they see this is just money that we feel that this sport is so important and we need to promote it, we need to preserve it, and we need to keep it going for generations to come.
I've heard about this program, and you think because Glenn's just an American company, it would never come up to Ontario. Tell them how much you spent on Ontario trails last year, or donated.
I think our donation back last year was $5,800, something like that. The irony there is, as this program grows and as we penetrate more into the markets, this is one of the hardest things that we've had to do is teach people that you can sharpen your snowmobile's traction. We ski and we go down the mountains on skis, sharp edges and sharp snowboards. We skate, we hockey skate, and we keep those edges sharp. It only makes sense to keep our traction sharp when it comes to snowmobiling. If we can minimize and work in a manner that provides a safer snowmobiling experience, we're going to get the younger generations to snowmobile. We're going to continue to grow this sport as the years go on. And by sharpening your carbide traction, which only makes sense, and getting people to understand that you can do it cost effectively, we're going to be able to grow those numbers. Can you imagine if 50% of the people in Ontario were buying Biteharder products, and those 50%, 10% of their average order was going back? We could be donating back hundreds of thousands of dollars to the province of Ontario for grooming alone. And it's just amazing where the numbers could go.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good. Thank you. Are you a sponsor, or you just work? You just donate? Like, I know you work with OFSC, but in just the donation capacity, or do you do more with them?
We do some advertising. They work with us to help promote the product, to help promote the safety aspect of the product. When you look at the number of fatalities and the number of accidents, there are hundreds of fatalities every year in snowmobiling. There are thousands of accidents, and a lot of those can be related to excess speed, a lot of being inebriated when you're riding, but a lot of that is just losing control, getting into a corner too fast, getting into a situation where you can't hit the brake fast enough and stop, and people get injured. And if they can reduce those numbers and make snowmobiling a safer sport, it's a benefit for everybody. They see their registrations go up. There's more money to go around. So it all goes full circle the way we work together for the benefit of this sport.
That's awesome. Very nice. So what does the future hold for Biteharder products?
So we are moving into an area where originally we were just a carbide runner sharpening tool. Now we're tuning your power sports passion has become our logo. You're going to see us continue down the road of safety. What can we do to provide products that are not only cost effective, but provide a safer ride all the way around? And that's our goal. That's where we want to be. Those are the things that we want to do. And we've got actually 3 new products that are on the docket for next year. And the year after that, looks like we're going to have 4 new products that we're going to come out with. So
nice.
We're ahead. What can we do to keep this sport safe in a cost-effective manner?
Sure. That's awesome. So, and you got some more prizes for us. So the chat's up to 91 right now. Bobby and Rich have been looking at the names in the chat. So if you guys want to a chance to win, just say Biteharder in the chat right now, and Rich and Bobby, just once though, guys, just say it once, and then Rich and Bobby will count you guys up, assign a number to each of you, and then we're going to do a draw. And what are we going to draw for, Glenn? What do you think?
We are going to give away a full complement of Biteharder's professional series and standard series tools.
Nice.
We're going to give you a standard runner, a standard stud tool, a professional runner, and a professional stud tool to help round out your tools and keep your snowmobile sharp and safe out on the trails.
Nice. That's great. That's really good. Thank you so much for doing that. You guys let me know when you're ready to go, Rich and Bobby, and then give me a grand tally. You guys chat amongst yourselves and
you guys
come up with what that total number is, and then I'll get my my Google wheel going, and away we go. So have you showed me some old pictures there earlier. You want to pull out your Rolodex there and hold them up while I get my my Google machine going here?
Yeah, let's do that. I actually I did want to show you a picture here too of as we're traveling throughout the country, not this year, but in probably.
You want me to share screen? You want me to share the screen there for you?
Yeah, I'm going to put this one up. I just wanted to show this one. This is what you'll see. We've got a number of different trucks and trailers out there. So
sweet.
And you honk and wave to us. You never know. We pulled over before and handed out tools on the side of the road. So keep an eye out for us as you're just traveling across the country.
Wow, that's amazing.
The other thing that I wanted to do is show you. This has been a logo of ours since we started, and I think it kind of sums it up.
Rich, Maureen Maxween, actually, she emailed in her Biteharder comment. So she's not in the chat, but she's on email listening live. So put her down for a number. We got you, Maureen. Don't worry about that.
Maureen?
Yeah, Maureen Maxween. She won last time, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
If she wins this time, she better know where that super chat button is.
Right. All right, I think
you
I got
can
everybody.
win as much as you want. So even though Jesse's won like every Dave Nerona prize pack, he can win this one too.
I talked about some of the Olympics we used to ride on. There's a shot.
Oh yeah. Here, let me blow you up here. There you go. That's beautiful.
There's my phaser, my 2340 Olympics, and my old TNT.
Nice.
Oh,
Those are
nice.
Olympics with the black hood.
Man, they're in mint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
The gentleman was 80 years old. He had 400 miles on it. Him and his wife bought them. They were sitting in the back of his garage. I said, "How much you want for them?" He said, "You give me $1,000, they're yours." They were just like brand new.
That's great. Yeah. They look mint though, Rich, because that picture was taken in 1972.
Yeah, that was
That's hilarious.
Oh, nice. There they are. That is an Olympic. That's awesome. We were talking about those phasers last week. I have a soft spot in my heart for those. They're a great sled.
Yeah, they were good.
Way ahead of their time.
All right, I'm good. I get. Yep. Oh, look at the old Olympic. Yeah.
Awesome.
And the one who'd crash all the time would always get to ride the TNT.
Oh, hang on.
Right on. So we got 27 in total, guys. Is that right? Is that what I'm counting here?
Should be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 27 total.
Well, that's a beautiful shot. Here, I'm going to share my screen here.
Nice. All right.
Actually, maybe 28, Gary.
Yep. Sorry, Gary.
28.
Yep.
Yep.
We got it. Hang on to that picture, bud. We're going to do a draw here, okay?
Got it.
Okay, drum roll, guys.
Spin that wheel, Gary.
Here we go. Joy to the world.
Oh,
12. Who is that?
Snowstorm.
Snowstorm. That's awesome. He's a good guy in the chats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Congrats,
Congratulations.
man. Wicked
That's
prize.
cool.
Congrats,
So email fan photo at mudbrats.com. Here, I'm going to put that up on the screen, and I'll put you in touch with Glenn, and we'll make sure you get that prize out right away. I'll get your address from you, and Glenn will ship that out, and away we go. So congratulations there. That's awesome. He sent us all those photos last week. He was a great guy to have on the show there.
Nice.
That's cool. Thanks a lot, Glenn. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Very
My
cool.
pleasure. I got one more thing I'd like to share with you.
Sure.
You can share with your viewers. It is our holiday sale, and what we're doing this year. If you can pop that up.
Yep.
This will be out tomorrow. It should be
nice.
up Wednesday at the latest.
Cool.
For our holiday sale, up to $250, save 20 up to 25% savings. So that's all applied at checkout.
There you go. Corey was
That's
just
awesome.
asking if there's any podcast follower discounts. There you go.
It will be
It's
on it'll be on our website. So check them out when you get a chance.
Yeah. So it's on there right now. Like if they go in after the show, they can fill up a cart and make those savings.
I don't think it'll be up till tomorrow night, to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So just make sure you all go on there on Friday and buy
Start
some
shopping.
stuff. That's great.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Is there a little comment section in the checkout? Do you know?
Yeah. You can leave comments. You can rate us. You can do everything.
Yeah. Well, put a comment in there of the snowmobile session so that he knows that you've seen it here.
Absolutely.
Yep.
When you put your order in. Might get an extra sticker too. Who knows? Right?
Got plenty of stickers.
Yeah. So make sure you put snowmobile sessions in the comment on the checking at the checkout. So Glenn can keep track of who came here from the show. That would be a good thing to do, right?
That'd be great.
That's awesome.
That'd
So
be great.
listen, Glenn, like you do quite a bit of trail riding. I know you've gone up to Quebec. What's your ideal snowmobile session? If you could describe a perfect day out, who would it be with and where would it be?
We've got a bunch of us, probably 6 or 7 of us that all ride very much the same. I picked up a 2019 Indy XC850 last year, and that was a great sled. It was the first time I'd been back on a 2-stroke in 20 years, believe it. I was riding all 4 strokes, and I was very happy with the 2-stroke. One of my favorite places to ride is the Chaudière-Appalaches region of Quebec, which is on the east side of the St. Lawrence, anywhere from Thetford Mines all the way up to you can go up as far as the Gaspé Peninsula up in that area. We also like to get across the other side of the St. Lawrence and get up to Mount Valin and ride up in that area. That's an awesome ride up in there also. For us from New Hampshire, we can get to Quebec City in about 5 hours. It's a little
that's nice.
to get over to Ontario and come over and see you guys, but at some point in time, let's make it happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Great. Well, you're riding in some nice areas, Glenn. Like Quebec, it's a beautiful province for riding.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
They're very
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, well, that's good. And what are your plans this year now that that COVID's kind of slowed things down? Are you just do some local stuff, or?
I think that's about it. I haven't skied in probably 5 years. I may try some skiing actually. Get back on the off the trails a little bit, but New Hampshire is one of those states where we get smaller as we get higher, and we get better snow as we get higher. And we get up to Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. There's a lot of people that ride up in that area, so it's going to be a tough year, I think, for snowmobiling in New Hampshire, only because we're going to see a lot of people on the trails. And depending on what happens, whether we can get into Vermont and Maine, how we have to quarantine, what we have to do, will depend on where we can ride in New England for this season. So we'll find it. The snow's going to be out there. We'll make it work. It's a disease, right? I mean, we all admit we got to find that. We got to find that fresh groomed trail, and we'll find them for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, no one before me wants to know how Canadian orders are handled.
Canadian orders are all shipped via the U.S. Postal Service. We ship them to New York. From there, they hand them off to the U.S. Postal Service, and then they ship them across the border, and then they hand it off to the Canadian Postal Service. So your package will come via Canadian Postal Service. It'll be dropped off right to your door.
Yeah, express post it turns into.
Yep.
That's great. And and I've ordered from Biteharder, and there's no issues with getting things from USA to Canada from them. It's quick. Don't hesitate with ordering. It's dynamite. You'll love the experience for sure.
We do have on the website a recommendation of when we would say, for a guaranteed order in time for Christmas, the holiday, we'd want you to get in before a certain date. That's what our partners are telling us on how to get it there in time for the holiday. If you order after that, we can't guarantee. The chances are still great you're going to get it before the holiday. But if you can get it in before those dates, you can guarantee before the holiday.
Very good.
Yeah. Do you know offhand what those dates are?
Yes.
Today's the 7th already. It's crazy how
know.
time's going.
Yeah.
Nuts.
My wife has to get out and do her Christmas shopping fast.
We're talking
I was
about
making my list of sled parts, and she's wondering what to buy the kids for Christmas. Well, that's off the list.
for priority
Joe
shipment.
Nicholas is still calling out Biteharder on my channel. Love it.
What we're saying here is for priority shipment, we would say no later than the 16th of the month.
Okay.
Nice. Perfect. That's good. You get a week to procrastinate, and then
it'll be a week Wednesday, right?
Exactly. And
you still get,
are you guys riding anywhere up there yet?
local fields and stuff. There's not really much open, but they are grooming in Cochrane. The Polar Bear Rider is actually, they're packing trails right now. They're not grooming, but so it won't be long for them. They'll be open by Christmas, I'm sure. So
Mother and goat will be up there on Christmas break.
Yeah, the whole world will be there.
Yeah.
But the here we're not usually till mid January, end of January. My area more like early February, but cottage country it's mid January. If you get out any earlier, it's a bonus. And there's been lots of years we have. Last year was not one of those years, but we got a lot of guys from Muskoka.
Fingers crossed for this year.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know what? Judging by the snow that we've had fall already, it looks like it's going to be a good lake effect year. So that'll be good for where I ride. And we've had, I don't know, we've had probably between a foot and 18 inches of snowfall combined in 2 snowfalls. So it's looking promising. Last year we had a good dump, and then in November, and then nothing came of it. And after it, and now we've had 1 week it snowed, we had 6-8 inches, and then it just snowed last week again, 6-8 inches. So I had a picture on my phone I wanted to show of this guy, and he's just tear-assing on his sled. And he passed me in my car. Hang on, I've got it right here.
Too funny. Yeah, hopefully the trails will be opening up sooner than later, but we need the cold weather too, right? Get the frost on the ground.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That I was up north this week. I was up in just south of Huntsville, and the lakes were just starting, like the small lakes were just starting to skim over.
Yep.
But I believe they're getting rain this week up there. I think Cohen's up there. If he's still in the chat, he can probably answer that question. But it's
no, it's staying below 0 up there all week, according to my one. But who knows?
Oh, is it good?
That's in Algonquin Highlands, which is outside of Halliburton, right? Nice and cold at night, though, -9, -8. So that's good.
Yeah, we're up there, but hopefully it's
right on. On an old formula? Is that an old formula?
Yeah, formula.
Yeah.
He's just giving her. I was doing 98 kilometers an hour when he passed me.
That's freaking awesome.
I was not. That wasn't me. It was someone else that sent me that photo. But that was at my house.
Yep.
Last week, and then that was at the cabin. You can see the that's where I shoveled off. So we had about the same amount of snow here, maybe a little bit more here actually, but that's usually the way it is in lake effect. So that was 2 good snowfalls. So hopefully that means a lot. Hopefully we'll get something. Yeah. Someone said much snow in Cochrane area, and Jesse Buckman said not so much. Supposed to be more this week or next week. But yeah, David Barker, almost no snow in Port Carling. Mr. 85 GT says he's late to the party, but he bought the Biteharder Carbide sharpener at the sled show in Toronto last year. Came in handy after the Muskoka Magic Loop. Yeah, I hear what you mean, man.
The Muskoka Carbide Loop.
Exactly. The Biteharder should have a little tent set up at the end of the one
little logo
crossing
on the trail. Make sure to stop and sharpen your carbides. Oh man.
Yeah.
Drilled before, yeah.
No, it's one of those things that before I had a sharpener, I didn't even think about it. I just replace them, and then now I seem to get longer life out of them. But I just every couple of rides tune them up.
Yeah, for sure.
And you'll see the V, and it's easier to keep that V sharp if you do it more frequently than to leave it flatten out and then try and get in there and hog it off. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna order up that kit because I'm gonna get them for my studs too. I'll get the
for sure. It's a good deal, man.
And the stud one, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a good deal. Get the pole too. The pole you can beat off. You can beat off wild bears or old ladies, trail cougars, with that thing. So it's a lot
of uses.
It's a handy little tool for sure. So did you have any questions, Bobby?
No, I mean, the awesome product, I'm glad we talked about what carbide, when things works best, square bar versus round bar. I haven't run studs in a while, but if I do, I'll definitely check them out for that too. And just an awesome product.
Thank you.
You can use it on the paddles of your track too,
Yeah, make those a little sharper.
Grind them right down.
Yeah.
You don't need
Yeah, grind the rubber right down. No, it's a good product. I have not done my studs yet, but I did get the actual stud grinder in the kit. So I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna try. I thought my studs, the ones that were gone. Like I didn't realize there was like goodness hiding inside every little one of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that's pretty good, because when you get them, sometimes, like I said, they look like they got a little ball, a tip on top, and it's like, it'd be great to just buzz those up. So yeah, that's pretty good. But did you have anything else to add there, Glenn?
The only thing I can add is I really appreciate you guys taking the time today and inviting me to come on. We do have a Facebook page that we do a lot of fun things on. I would say check that out. We do some giveaways on that as well. And we do some really nice, I wouldn't say they're professional quality, but we have a Biteharder channel. So check out our YouTube Biteharder channel, and I think you'll be happy with some of the content that we put on there. There's some really great information on there. We bring some nice people in and get some nice some information, and we can walk you through visually how to get the most life out of your tool and how to get things to work properly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Steve Jones says, good show again, guys. One thing to mention about this Biteharder trails, he says trails these days are more and more road running, so this would be a big bonus for that. It sure is.
So we've coined a phrase with that. And I see your other one. Can you use it on the ice ripper? No, you can't. Unfortunately,
okay.
You can't sharpen the ice ripper. We coined the phrase when you're going down the road and you see one ski up on the snowbank and the other ski down on the road. We call that carbide anxiety. And then, of course, you see the guys coming back the other way with the same ski up on the side and one down on the road. The nice thing is if you got to go down the road in this pavement, go down the road. One of the tools that we have is a 12-volt carbide grinder that actually plugs into your battery on your sled, and will use the standard series tool to freshen up right on the trail. You can be as far away from your trailer or camp or wherever you want to be, and you can sharpen up if you need to. So that's just another support product that we use. And I see somebody posted a picture or a video of
I just thought, since we have a couple minutes, it's only a few minutes long. This is my video.
We'll show in Toronto. We've got this little stand included in the kit.
This is the stand. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Oh! You just have to flip the sled up on the stand, and away we go. This fits in here like so.
See how that goes in, Rich?
It's in there like that.
Right on.
Up on it.
And there's my son. He was a little weak wonder there. Yeah, we were just heading out for the day, and I went, I gotta just tune this one up. This is my son's sled, because he was complaining about it not steering on the ice.
That's
and they were
sweet.
pretty bad.
One missing here.
That's sweet.
This is what you want to sharpen. It's this part here. And some of them have a little bit on the front too, which we can sharpen off. That's simple.
But you can actually see the bits flying off.
Yep.
I think it's this next shot here. But it's that simple, I'm not pressing really hard. I'm just letting the tool go. And I worked at it for quite a few minutes, probably 10 minutes, but you can now see
it's sharp now.
The position. You don't want to turn
starting
it
to
like
get
this,
that V shape.
Round it out again. You want to get a nice V on that.
It's been a while since I've seen this video myself.
They're so short. I always say, why compromise? Ride on sharp carbide runners all season long.
Yeah. But you can see its nice shape there, and they were flat. They're coming together nicely there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And you should see the Pro Series. It would clean that up like in a fraction of the time. You can see it's just starting to get an edge back. It's not nearly done yet, that one, but the center one's the main one right there. So,
Right on.
I think I was just doing the other one. Wonder if I should.
Shape to it again. There we go.
There Very good.
Watch your feet, guys.
There we go.
Biteharder.
That's how it's done.
Oh, there, Dustin gave another cha-ching.
Oh, for sure. Let me get that going here. Thanks, Dustin. $2. Thanks, boys. Learning more each and every week I watch. That's
Dave
what we're
McKinney
here
in the
for.
house here there too, eh? He's got a little, hey boys, missed the last few episodes. I have a cocktail and maybe ready to sit back, relax, and listen to some good hooligans.
That's
Right on.
awesome.
Right on.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Oh, David McKinney. That's great. Perfect. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna run the rolling credits. Thank you so much, Glenn, for coming out again tonight. Thank you for the prizes too, and congratulations to our prize winners. That's awesome. Again, email me fanphoto@mudbrats.com and send me your address, and I'll make sure Glenn gets your prize packs out to you ASAP. And when you get them, let us know how you like that LED helmet light and the sharpening kit. That's great.
It's been absolutely my pleasure. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I learned a lot too myself, so this is great. We will be in touch. I'm just going to roll the credits. There's 2 more videos coming up after this rolls. We think you'll really enjoy watching them. So make sure you click on those, give us a like, share the videos, and make sure you subscribe.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys next week.
Thank you.
Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Journey for life, I'm alright. No. It's a journey for